Well, negative day for markets to close the week off. We saw the Nifty down around 0.75%. Very similar number on the Nifty Bank as well. Pressure on both the Nifty as well as the Nifty Bank to close this week out. Nifty Bank, in fact, has had a bit of a whipsaw this week, very close to all-time highs and then coming straight off. Now, let's also, or rather very close to 50,000 before it came straight off. Let's quickly move across with regard to the heat map, see what's moved in the Nifty50, because you saw pressure across the board, but there were certain pockets where the pressure was particularly strong. Look at the likes of an RIL down 2% odd, a Larsen & Toubro, a Maruti, anything between 2 to 3% lower on those three large counters, right? You look at some of the other names which have done well. It's earnings heavy and it's specific. Something like a Coal India has done very, very well, 4.8 odd% higher. A Grasim, something like an SBI was largely flat on a tough day of trade. Shriram, ICICI within the banking pack, Infosys within the IT pack. But outside of that, you look at the IT pack, pretty much all constituents in the red. And you also look at the banking pack. Outside these three, you look at an HDFC, Kotak, IndusInd, all of which faced tremendous amounts of pressure. Pharma, well, you look at Sun Pharma, you look at something like a Divis, all of which were largely in the red. A Cipla was in the green. Let's quickly move on to the broader markets. First to the advanced decline, if we can. The advanced decline, we've closed roughly at possibly the lowest point, but there's a bit of a recovery in terms of the advanced decline ratio at the fag end. So that's probably a positive, but not really. 2:1 in favor of the declines. The breadth of the market extremely shallow from that midpoint onwards. Let's go across to the mid cap and small cap end of the market. And we've seen the mid cap and the small cap indices outperform by just about a wee bit. That's what we've seen today. The BSE 500 top gainers, top losers list largely dominated by earnings. You look at something like a Coforge, an MRF, an HFCL, a Raymond, all of which were lower on the back of numbers. Let's also pull up the sectoral indices and specifically focus in on two. One is the PSU pack, which has done very, very well. And the other one is the IT pack, down around 0.9%. Outside of that, realty and infra were the top drags. But within IT, if we can pull up the constituents, what we'll see is pretty much all constituents in the red outside of Infy. So the pressure on IT was solid, especially given the Coforge numbers. Bajaj Finance, to just finish this one off, started 6% higher, but closed largely flat. In trade, around 0.2% higher. Not bad on the day, on a day like this, but quite muted given the kind of start it had for the day. So that one was in focus as well as RBI lifted its embargo.